girl had been starving for 10 days on the deserted island when she finally managed to find a conch shell. She cracked it open and desperately shoved the meat into her mouth, but the putrid, fishy stench immediately made her gag and spit it out. Turning her head, she looked enviously at Jack nearby, who sat before a plate of fresh sashimi, carefully dipping each piece into his special homemade sauce before eating. The girl was absolutely famished. She casually sauntered past Jack, swaying her hips as she walked by. Sure enough, before she'd taken 2 steps, Jack called out to her. He had taken the bait completely. The girl, who hadn't eaten properly in days, threw all modesty aside and began stuffing fish into her mouth non-stop. After she'd eaten her fill, she planted a grateful kiss on Jack's cheek. From that day forward, Jack used his exceptional survival skills to bring back a full catch every time he went fishing. The girl wasn't idle either. Working together, they quickly built a sturdy grass hut. Jack's various acts of kindness gradually won over the girl's heart. She would bring him water while he worked, and at night they would instinctively curl up together as they slept. Both harbored growing feelings for each other, their affection blossoming in secret. But then disaster struck. While Jack was out fishing one day, he discovered a man near the reef and rescued him. When the girl saw this man, she ran toward him frantically. Only then did Jack realize that the two were actually a couple. Watching their intimate reunion, Jack felt a bitter pang in his chest. The man who had narrowly escaped death was also filled with suspicion about Jack and the girl's relationship. Eager to impress his girlfriend, the man secretly used his lighter to start a campfire. When Jack and the girl returned and saw the flames, they were amazed. Having fire meant they no longer had to eat raw food. But just as they were celebrating, the man began belittling Jack. Despite the insults, Jack remained calm and even shared his food with the newcomer, though the man showed no gratitude whatsoever. One day, while Jack and the girl were out fishing, the man split their grass hut right down the middle. Jack's half was barely livable. Finally reaching his breaking point, Jack got into a heated argument with the man and angrily swore he would no longer provide him with food. The girl urged her boyfriend to apologize, knowing that without Jack, they had no survival skills whatsoever. But the man stubbornly insisted he could manage on his own. Reality quickly proved him wrong. Without diving goggles, he couldn't reach the deeper waters and was reduced to scavenging hermit crabs on the shore to survive. Meanwhile, Jack continued to catch large fish daily and would secretly share some with the girl. In return, the girl shared the fire with Jack, but the smoke was too conspicuous, and the man soon discovered their arrangement. Without a second thought, he accused Jack of stealing his lighter, and the two men came to blows on the beach. The fight only ended when Jack offered a fish as compensation. The man then set his sights on Jack's diving goggles. While Jack was still asleep, he stole them and excitedly went fishing in the ocean. When Jack woke up and found his goggles missing, he stripped off his shirt and went to confront the thief. No amount of pleading from the girl could stop him. During their struggle, her jacket even fell off. When the man returned and tossed the goggles back to Jack, Jack surprisingly wasn't angry at all. Instead, he looked at the man with an eerily calm expression that made the intruder uneasy. Back at the hut, the man excitedly showed off his catch to his girlfriend, but she had been hungry for days and seemed listless, avoiding his gaze. Under his persistent questioning, the truth finally came out. The man exploded with rage. No matter how the girl knelt and begged for forgiveness, he couldn't accept what had happened. He grabbed her by the hair and furiously dragged her to Jack's hut, then walked away into the darkness. As he left, a bold and dangerous plan began forming in his mind.